What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with another new e-bike review, and I'm really excited to share this one with you. This is the Vitilan i7 Pro. It's an aluminum alloy folding full suspension frame with a wheelbase of 1150 millimeters. The gear range is a Shimano 8-speed shifter, 20-inch tires, 30-degree climbing angle, and 330-pound payload capacity. Maximum speed of 28 miles per hour. The motor is a Bafang 48-volt, 750-watt motor. The battery is a removable 48-volt, 16-amp-hour LG battery. Your front forks are lockable shock absorber air forks with golden aluminum tubes. This right here is my newest foldable e-bike. Foldable, that's right, meaning to make it easier to put into a vehicle, it actually folds. By pulling this out, it opens this up. And it's hard to do one-handed, but I'm going to try to show you what I'm talking about here. It folds in half, and there's your battery right there, in case you're wondering where the battery goes. But like I said, hard to do one-handed, but yes, you can actually fold this bike in half, and you could store it. Look at this. Take a look at that, completely folded in half. And if you're wondering about those handlebars, yeah, you can collapse those too. Right here, there's a button. Push it, fold it down, and the handlebars will collapse down to give you a lot of storage options. Now, everybody wants to know the range on these, and this one's going to be between 35 and 55 miles, depending on the pedal assist level that you use. It's a Class 3. Charge time is between 5 and 6 hours. Now, there's a lot of things to love about this bike, but one of the things that I really like is the rotor design on the front and back. Of course, it's 180 millimeter hydraulic brakes. I like these rotors, front and back. They're just very aggressive looking. Same thing with the brakes. Very nice. And of course, you can see you've got red brake pads in there. The folding aspect is really cool. And down here is where the magic happens for the rear suspension. Take a look at that and look at how beautiful this metalwork is. It is really, really nice, guys. Adjustable front forks as usual. The foldable aspect right here. But not only is it foldable, you can adjust the height of your handlebars by simply pushing this out, pulling your handlebars up higher where you want them, and then locking them back down. And of course, the same thing with your seat. You can push the little tab out, lift the seat up where you want it, and put it back down. Now, I don't need to adjust my handlebars, and I don't need to adjust my seat because I've got it set up exactly the way I want it. So there's only one thing left to do, and that is take her out for a spin. Of course, it does have headlights. You've actually got dual projector headlights right there, and you do have tail lights, brake lights, and turn signals as well, guys. You've got your horn here, signals left and right. Of course, your Shimano 8-speed shifter right here. Nice tight brakes, and you've got that I really like this. Some of them have a twist. This one has a thumb control for the motor. Really like that. Beautiful color screen, and they sent me a really nice phone holder, and I'm going to show you how nice this looks. Even says Vitilan on the side. I've got a big phone, iPhone 14 Pro Max. You just slide it in there, tighten up the thumb screw, and there we go. Your phone is not going to fall out. Here's all your controls right here for pedal assist levels, power, and all of that stuff. This is a very easy to understand. You don't even really need to read the manual, although I recommend you do. It's an easy bike to just get on and enjoy. Now, full disclosure, I've only ridden it right here to this location. I've not actually taken this one out on the road yet, so this is going to be a first impressions for you and me. All right, well, easy enough. We're on the bike. Let's take it for a ride. Before we go, there's one thing that I noticed. The tires on this wanted to be aired up to 30 PSI, and that is higher than any bike that I have tried out on the channel so far. Normally, it's around 15. So 30 PSI on these gravel roads, you might witness me going a little slower than I would normally go if I had a bike that was aired up to 15 PSI. That's easily remediable, though. If you're not going to be on hard roads and smooth surfaces, something like gravel, you're definitely going to want to take some air out of these tires and make sure you don't end up sliding out from under yourself there. I'm on pedal assist 1. We're sitting at a smooth 6 miles an hour. Level 2, it Get you up to about 12. We're at about 12. Let's move up to 3. Oh yeah. There we go. There's 5 pedal assist modes. We're at 16, 17, 17 and a half, and that's where I start feeling a little, oh, it's got cruise control. Very nice. This has cruise control. I'm going to be honest with you. I love the bikes that have cruise control, guys. There's something to that when you can just kind of set the speed that you want to go at and let off the throttle and just kind of let the bike carry. You don't even have to hold the throttle assembly. If you need to stop cruise control, just hit your brakes and cruise control will turn off. And if you're wondering how do you turn on the cruise control, you simply hold the throttle level all the way down for about 5 or 10 seconds or whatever, and when you let off, it will continue on its way. Now on this bike, the different levels of pedal assist, 1 through 5, determine the amount of speed you get from the motor. Some bikes are not like that. Once you hit the throttle, they're full. They just go, regardless of pedal assist mode. This one, 3 gets you going pretty good, and I'm sure 5 is going to get us probably close to 25, 28 miles an hour, which is the advertised maximum speed on this thing. So why don't we continue on our way on these gravel roads? Sometimes I like to really, get on it because of the amount of air I have in these tires right now. I do not feel comfortable going more than what I'm going right now. I'm going 18, 19 miles an hour. I think that's plenty. It feels good. It doesn't feel like I'm going to lose my balance. It doesn't feel like I'm flying over bumps or anything because there's too much air in the tires. Oh wow, I'm doing 23. Whoa. Okay, brake test. Very nice brakes. Very, very nice brakes. Not only that, but the amount of shock absorption that I could feel in the roll of the frame moving forward, very nice. This thing's got great brakes, and you know that, like, when you're talking about something that can go almost 30 miles an hour, brakes are of the utmost importance. Now, she does have some torque, and I'm going to tell you something. The way this camera is always bouncing around, I don't know how the GoPro manages to make the footage look so good. But I'm telling you, this camera is bouncing and shaking all over the place. There's cruise control right there. This thing handles really, really well. So far, I'm really impressed. I'm riding straight into some heavy wind. So, I apologize if there's any wind noise there, guys, but let's roll around this corner here. So, ooh, yeah. See, I'm doing 13 and going around the corners with this much air in the tires definitely feels a little sketchy. Let's kick it up a little bit. Let's do pedal assist 4. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. Easy 20 miles an hour, no problems there. Let's slow it down some. This gravel here is the worst out of this whole... Whoa! Come on, man. I about lost it. I didn't, though. I didn't. I about lost it, but I didn't. And the reason for that is there's just too much air in these tires for this type of a riding condition. Wow, this thing. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Whoa, Nelly. Easy, easy. Okay, she's quick. She's quick. You want to talk about something that'll get down the road? This one will do it. The real test, however, is not just on the gravel. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. The bike's telling me that if I'm going to continue on this loose gravel, we're gonna need to let some air out of these tires. But the real test for me is let's get it on the main road, on the pavement, and let's see what we can do out there. Let's try to get this bike up to 10 miles, and I can tell you guys exactly how I feel about it. So why don't we get a time lapse going and get on our way. So that's 8.5 miles. And I'm here to tell you, this one's fast. This one is fast. But as I said earlier, I noticed going over all of the bumps, these are bad roads. Even on the pavement out here is bad roads, guys. I noticed that it bounced around quite a bit, but that has got nothing to do with the bike. The shock absorbers are doing exactly what they're intended to do, but the PSI on these tires, 30 PSI is just too high. I promise you, after this, I'm not gonna say it again, but I would not ride around on 30 PSI on this bike. Absolutely not. I think it should probably be around 20. 20 is probably a pretty safe place. Range, so far very good, considering we've gone almost 10 miles. I still have 64% range, and that will vary depending on your region. And that is when you basically just kind of let the bike coast, you know, going down a hill, hitting your brakes and stuff like that. Your range will definitely go up and down based on that. But so far, this is the fastest e-bike. Here comes that bad gravel road. This is the fastest e-bike I have been on by far. This thing it's really fast, guys. I was able to maintain most of the time close to 30 miles an hour. Top speed that I got out of this was 33. Yeah, 33 miles an hour. She gets it. She gets it. You want a fast bike? This is a fast bike. It really is. And it is very comfortable. The seating position, everything. The ride height, very nice. As I said before, the brakes, I mean, the brakes are phenomenal. And the support from the suspension, absolutely wonderful as well. I've never had this happen before. I've been riding bikes like my whole life. I have never had a snake jump out at me, but I had a snake jump out at me. He came at me, man. That was kind of unexpected. I was cruising on down the road pretty close to the side to stay out of traffic. And yeah, little sucker jumped out from the brush at me. You gotta watch yourself out here, man. Snake's got a serious temper. I did nothing. I didn't even know he was there, man. He's in the brush. Yeah, you gotta watch out, I guess. May have to start not riding so close to the side of the road like that, because the last thing I want is to get bit by a poisonous snake with a temper. All right. You guys know I like to get these bikes up to 10 miles. It gives me a really good feel for the bike after being out riding on them for this long. And we're getting close. We're at 9.2 miles. So I'm going to ride around for another 0.8 of a mile. And I think we can conclude this video. So far, great bike, rides great, handles great, feels great, range, very good. I'm very happy with this. This is a fun, foldable, collapsible bike with a removable battery that you can replace should it ever need replacing. Relatively quick charge time and a very decent range. This bike overall so far is a lot of fun. So ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the Vitilan i7 Pro, and it's definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite bike so far that I've reviewed. The range is probably the biggest drawback to this bike, because a lot of people are going to be like, oh, 30, 55 miles. Well, yeah, it's not as good as other bikes, but seriously, how often are you going out and trying to ride your bike 50 miles at a time? I don't know about you, but for me, you know, 10, 15 miles, I'm pretty well done for the day after that. So I think the range is adequate, very, very adequate for this bike. You probably can't see the screen here. It's super hard to see, but it has 77% of the battery remaining, and I have ridden it 10.4 miles. And a big contributor to that kind of range is, number one, doing a little bit of pedaling yourself. You don't have to pedal all the time. You can let the motor do it for you. I'm not gonna lie. I let the motor do a lot of moving for me, but there were some times I kicked in. I want to get a little bit of exercise out of this deal too, and I gave it some pedaling myself, some manual pedaling, and it rides absolutely great, whether you're just using the motor or you're pedaling along down the road. Another big contributor is going downhill. You know, when I'm going downhill, I cut that motor off. I let it just kind of glide down the hill on its own. And by doing that, you're regenerating some battery power from the motor. So that's how you do it, guys. 76% is now what it currently says. It's sitting here on, by the way. So 76% remaining after going 10 miles. So if you want to round it down to 75%, you know, you're looking at 10 miles per quarter. All right, so the way I was riding it, which is mostly on the motor alone, you could easily pull 40 miles out of this bike. I'm 220 pounds, guys. I'm right at 6 foot tall, so I'm not a small guy. So to be able to pull that kind of mileage out of this is a 20-inch bike. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, man. All day. I love the bike. I'm very excited that they sent it to me. I'm excited to have it added into my collection here, and it is now one of, if not, my favorite e-bike thus far. Now, believe me, I understand not everybody's into e-bikes and not everybody's going to want to watch these videos, but please do me a favor. I just have one thing that I want to add to this. Please, there's no reason to complain in the comment section about a video on an electric bike. If you see the thumbnail, you know, the picture of an electric bike, and the title says that it's an electric bike, and you are not interested in watching videos or seeing videos of an electric bike, all you have to do is not click the video. I don't understand why people click on videos they don't want to watch just to complain in the comment section. I promise you there's going to be several people that do it down below. For the life of me, I don't understand it. When I'm scrolling through YouTube, if I see a creator that I watch or whatever, and I'm like, oh man, he's making a video that I don't like, I don't click on the video and leave a negative comment. I just scroll on to something else. And I'd like to ask that you do the same. If you're watching this video, hopefully it's because you are interested in electric bikes. Maybe you're looking for one yourself and you found this video and thought, wow, that's a great bike. Well, guess what, guys? I have a link directly below this video for those of you that would be interested in getting yourself a Vitilan i7 Pro. Definitely click the link below and go check them out. Even if you're not ready to purchase yet, go over to their website and look around and see if you can find anything that interests you. I want to give a big shout out and thank you again to Vitilan for sending me this bike. I had so much fun reviewing it, and I promise you I'm going to have even more fun continuing riding it down the road after I take out about 10 PSI from those tires. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button. I would truly appreciate it. Share the video with your friends on social media. Share the link with anybody that might be interested in getting themselves an e-bike. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.